Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Finally back, finally back. Excuse me. Congested. Had some sound issues on Saturday and then some sleep issues on Sunday, so we gotta make up ground. Want to see how this game goes so I can properly make the schedule. Got one thing that's a definite, but unclear on the rest. Let's see. Still making slow but steady progress with the 2.0 program. Nearing, say we're more than halfway to baseline function. Well, more than halfway. Really, halfway is probably that. Maybe 60%, We just got to get enforcing expected state and then adjusting expected state. And we're really close to the full enforcement of expected state. It'll be neat. I promise it'll be neat. Totally worth the wait. The protracted, ridiculous wait. Ember's on my shoulder right now. She's being very snuggly. Though sometimes when she climbs up on my shoulder, it's because then she knows that she has like immediate access to food. And she will try to snipe at anything that I try to consume. So yeah, there can be, she can have ulterior motives. Let's see, we got Mason and Sky there. Let's see where the rest of them are. Check in on everybody. Make sure we got all the proper dials turned. Sammy looking around. What are you doing, Sammy? Elevating that water dish because it might be... I think there's just kind of splash runoff or something. But, obnoxious, but is what is. I go through a lot of different cat water bowls. Very close to proceeding to the next tech that's available. Little better each time, but making sure cats get enough water, enough clean water is kind of an ongoing thing because cats don't always show if they're not getting everything they need. Like if they can get by, you might never notice that there's a deficiency until like a vet tells you. So preemptively trying to make sure that they're always getting enough water of maximum cleanness is kind of a priority. Lots of different ways to accomplish that, but with so many kitties drinking so much water, just putting out dishes isn't terribly viable. It would serve as a obvious option, but it's akin to there are 2 food dishes that I have to periodically top up because they each eat in kind of different sequences in different ways. So figuring out the water situation has been an ongoing and evolving operation here. But today we're going to try a game called Routine. It is a 2005 supposedly horror title. I don't know to what extent and in what way. It is meant to be very heavy exploration. There's not really a, beacon that says go here, do the thing. But we'll see how it plays out. There will always be more games to try, but we're looking to kind of build up a roster of what's going to be pushed through and what we're going to resume exploring. And right now, what we're going to be working on is Endocopia in the coming week, and I need to determine if this one's going to join it or if we're going to look at a couple of others as well. And or both. I mean, plans subject to change at any moment. Oh, excuse me. Very congested. Sammy. Yeah. Got all the high maintenance of Ember now demanding to be on my shoulder, and she is way more hesitant about doing it. Like, she's real particular. Yeah, you are. Just don't care. Keep massaging my shoulders. All right, let's pause that. Load this. Open that. Switch to here. So we might have to fiddle more with the audio. But they don't have a fantastically large amount of options. So we'll start, I don't know, here. Game slot 1. Let's see how this goes. Like a moon base or something like that. Ah. People jokingly refer to when I've got that kind of congestion. The way I end up sounding when I clear my throat, they joke that I have hairballs. A game by Lunar Software. Dramatic tone. An ongoing cycle of natural actions and patterns, routine. Like how we're getting subtitles for the text in the middle of the screen. I mean, there is a reason. The subtitle is much more legible. No visual effects overlaid. Very Space Odyssey vibes going on here.
We started this journey together.
Also very loud. We'll be turning that down further.
Seeking what we could not see. But now, we're lost.
Oh, well. Seizure-y. Right. Oh, yeah, okay. This is something that I check with a lot of games that are in first person is look down. Can you see your feet? This can help you do a couple of things. Is one, you get an idea for how the character is presented in the environment, but also where your field of view is. Because a lot of times your field of view is either a ghostly camera, like you're just a hovering hitbox with no actual body, like, the gun and whatnot are just in the environment. Sometimes your field of view is like within the head, or sometimes like in the neck or something like that of the model. But if you can look down and you can see your feet, that means that they're trying to position the camera around where, the eyes would be able to look from. It's a subtle thing, but it also gives you a feel for the environment. These kind of games often have I don't know if it's going to be the case in this one, but you got more of a feel for like moving. You don't have that sort of first person shooter floaty movement. I'm gonna need to use the keyboard, Sammy. Request denied. Are you comfy? A little bit of a tail stretch there. Yeah. She's purring. She's purring, Sweetie. It is still it's so interesting when you have all these different personalities across them, how you interact with each of them, how they show their affection, how they show that they want affection. It's been relatively recent, but Sky wants hugs periodically. Just, well, belly up the torso, squeeze him, hug. This goes with his "you are not giving me sufficient attention" time for headbutt to the bridge of the nose. You know, hiccups. All right, first, just down to 50. Check. I often try to do some of the audio configuration where I can, but sometimes it doesn't stick or it's hard to tell. Like the menu doesn't reflect any of the audio settings. You can get all kinds of wonkiness. All right, that feels better. Keyboard shifted around here. There we go. Life, and it has joust at the bottom. Union Plaza arrival administration and assignment duties. Is it Kenego or Kenig or unclear as to what the company name in the upper right is. Haven't filled in our name or ID number. Job title: senior software engineer. Duties are to assess and debug core ASN systems for operational anomalies under security. From Koi Koyama. See, administrative agreements, an NDA, medical clearance form, isolation understanding agreement signed, and lunar standards and protocol waiver. Okay, it's the last two that I think deserve the most speculation. First two, very standard here. So we have an NDA, of course. You know, you can't tell anybody anything we don't want you to. Pretty bog standard even today. Uh, Medical clearance could be a couple of things, but just as often that's going to either be you saying, like, you acknowledge that you had the checkup, or it could be you acknowledge that you're going to get medical care through us, and or that we can access your medical records. A couple different ways we could take that, but nothing terribly out of the ordinary, especially if we're dealing with a like remote lunar base. The third one is really interesting, though. Isolation understanding agreement. To me, that screams you have read the cabin fever document and you are signing off on it. You are okay with the reality of this situation. Lunar standards and protocol waiver probably just don't rupture the walls. Okay. Bringing visuals to life. Oh, like looking at that, it really does look like that VHS tape there is was a 3D object. Isolation room, door control. Due to the current health and safety protocols, wearing a pressure suit and helmet and displaying your ID on your breastplate is mandatory at all times. Neat. Welcome external software engine. Insert name of external software engineer here. Union Plaza would like to thank you for accepting the contract to assess and debug our core ASN systems for potential software anomalies. Your primary point of contact at Union Plaza will be Koi Koyama. We are glad to have you with us and appreciate your role in helping Union Plaza thrive. I kind of expect there to be a company slogan after that kind of message. You know, a default email footer kind of thing. Physical compliance activity. Let's test those knees. Crouch down as low as you can. Wow, that's a 3 keystroke to go full down to the ground on like your belly. So we have crouch, and WASD still lets me move like this. But if I hold space before I do it, we have forward makes me peek up. A and D are tilt, and then back is lay low. So what if we hold space? Okay, crouch a little bit, lean, and then tippy toes. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of awkward. Great. Activity 2. Stretch your body to the left. Lean to the right. Reach up as high as you can. Yep. Hey, Tess. Yeah, I know. We're finally functional again. To improve your services, please rate the following. Our catering options. Not gonna lie, all I see are like beverage cups and trash bags. But look at our options. They're perfect. They're great. They're good. They're okay. They're fair. Like, it doesn't get even down to mediocre. Thank you for completing the release form. In order to use terminals throughout Union Plaza, you must have your ID. ID must be visible. Thank you for completing the release form. Well, we had to do that. Fancy. That seems improbable. A lot of smushed beverages. You know, I had to explain that to a coworker once. That when it comes to like star ratings, it's you have like 3 categories. something about this product I didn't like, and because there is because it was enough that I didn't like it, I am upset, and I am upset enough to write a review. It's a 1. Like this was not what I hoped it would be, thus it is terrible. This is them indicating that they are very upset. There are the folks that got it and they're pleased enough with it, or it is good enough, but not what they wanted, but they don't want to admit that they bought something subpar. So this thing that they got was the right choice. So either they really like it and they give it a 5, or they're going to assert that it was the right choice and other people should make the same choice they did, because otherwise it makes them seem like they aren't a good shopper. So they give it a 5. The final category is fiddly, but these are I'm going to call them the Yelp reviewers. These are the I'm totally an influencer reviews. These are going to be the ones that are really wordy and are going to be of varying degrees of quality, but those are almost never going to be a 1 or a 5. So this is what often leads you to see a whole bunch of reviews, no matter how the product is, to lean towards your 4 and your 4.5, because unless the product is really bad, you're not going to get a lot of 1s. You're going to get people that don't review it, or people that want to be outside of the people that want to act as a reviewer. Again, that can be legitimate or it can be fiddly. But if people are satisfied with it and want to leave a review, it's often going to be glowing. So you tend to have 4 to 5 as your common ratings with things. The further below 4.5 you get, you'll reach a threshold. And it's that if you're drifting below 4, that often actually means there are serious problems with this product. If you get below like 3, stay away from this product. You can get review bombs and whatnot. That's always going to be a possibility, but it's a big red flag. Can I push buttons? We have sparkling water and protein special. So, sparkling water with a hint of lime. Protein special, sausage and egg pate. And sausage and egg pate that is extruded into a cup. This explains why we only have these disposable cups. This discusses our catering element. Put on the helmet. Chapter 1. Birth. Oh, cool. We can see where we socketed our ID on the breastplate now. Number 8346. Boop. Can I open this door? It's even a door that open. I don't think it's a door that open. Okay, we can also run. Okay. We're off to a start. Glove dispenser and hand sanitizer. Focus your view for a closer look. Yep. Nice detail on the glass there. It's very smudgy, and you've got the markings from either bad rinsing of it or just like buildup of residues. There is supposed to be a thing that helps us called the CAT, the Cosmonaut Assistance Tool. But those kind of statements are things that we're supposed to pay attention to. So we're going to A01. The game isn't supposed... The claim is that it doesn't give us a lot of like direct guidance, like go this way kind of stuff. Okay. Reminded there was a short that talked about like they had a maintenance guy on a space station, and effectively he would go into cold sleep and only come out of it periodically, like at intervals or when there was an issue. Otherwise, and most of the station behaved that way. You would have some folks that like they couldn't force people into cold sleep, but because of like resource consumption and the like, it was one of those you are strongly advised kind of things. Very, very kind of 70s wallpaper. Like I can't tell because of the grain and the lighting, but I feel like this is yellow, this carpet, and not like yellow because grubby, yellow because of choice. That's a coaster of some kind, I guess. Cat orientation, hardware overview. Module slot, blacklight something. Something, a maintenance mod, cat controls, PDA, degauss, power battery. Can be used 3 times on a full battery. Use degauss if magnetic interference. View PDA of wireless access points. At wireless access points. Okay. Guess maybe the oh, okay. Maintenance mod. Okay, there's the little robot thing, the IC. At least some of the screenshots had this little, like, tiny robot rolling around. O'Neill's Electronics Store. So the upper one was black light. Now the lower one is the electronics store. The controls connect to nearby wireless access points. Ah, okay. Default cat module is the maintenance mod. You can buy extra modules at the mall at O'Neill's Electronics, and that Kai Koyama is the head of security. These are worksheets, essentially. Install UltraView mod. Careful not to use on Type 05 bots. In order, wireless connection, degauss, power. Cosmonaut assistance tool. Maintenance mod comes standard. Be careful of overloading objects. The UltraView module is at O'Neill's. Here. Give something a poke. Okay. Okay. There we go. My audio system crashed. Looks very battery-y. Distance to thing that we're looking at. And we have additional batteries hanging around. We've got a very horror walking sim feel with since I cannot touch that other battery. Now that might be that battery, the blinky part means it's dead, but that's nonsensical. Battery recycle point. Oh, well, maybe that's what that means actually. Because there's no bars on it. Well, let's see what the slides have to tell us. Inspect the cat to operate its functions. Okay, battery is in place. So this is the wireless thing. This is the degaussing thing. I That's got to be like eject battery or turn off power. That's the power switch. And then these will be whatever modules we incorporate. No module selected. Okay, that's like a scope. Use wireless to connect to various devices. This is the end of our introduction. Hope you have a productive stay. That's it. Okay, then. Science. Okay, well, that's the shoot things button. Okay, that ate some charge. This explains one of the taglines, especially given that it was it was essentially you need to avoid using that. Willful compliance with isolation protocols. Makes a lot of sense. The 7-day isolation protocol. Nausea or lingering feelings of claustrophobia. They typically improve over time. But 7-day isolation, essentially quarantine. A lot of the ambient sounds, it's the kind of stuff that you can do with games set in places like this, or just confined machinery. So large boats, submarines, oil rigs, any of those places where you're pretty much in the depths of machines. Use terminal to operate door. So that's the room that we were in. I'm seeing a lot of like welcome to the terminal places. We can't see a thing down that way. Okay. Oh, no. It's the orientation room. Well, I'm going to go try to grab this other battery and see what happens. Yep. Okay. Very walking simulator. Find batteries for your flashlight. Just if you can use the battery, touching it consumes it. Full stop. It's. I stepped on one of the little trolleys there. Let's walk into the darkness. I've discovered the wall. Okay, well, we have confirmed it is very dark. We definitely have jump scares on the menu as far as how they're behaving. No other pathway out of the quarantine room. I feel like I'm probably overlooking something terribly obvious. Something in here regarding Aunt O'Neill's. We'll check back in our room and see if I overlooked a number somewhere. Yeah. Maintenance mod can be used 3 times on a full battery. The maintenance mod seeming to be the gun function. Well, we're going to have to be on the lookout for more batteries as we move along. Isolation room 3. Do the tutorial. Oh, movement tutorial. Looks like playing cards, lunar playing cards. IAPS. Ooh. Oh, no. That was just the movement tutorial lingering. But it's an opportunity for us to look around some more. Deal with the whole, gamers never look up problem. There's our locking mechanisms. Please connect your cat. Oh, okay, here we go. No errors were found during the process. So all the possible error codes, I suppose. Don't remember seeing any. So we tried 8346 and it didn't like that. Which is our employee code. We cannot seem to riffle through other people's luggage. Oh, wait. I miss my dog. IC says, you're amazing. Isaac, say hi. Lunar New Year. Some just blank post-its. Wanted to see if there was any complete breakdown of security protocols in place and somebody had written elevator codes on the door, Gotta be something we're missing. We'll set a space up there. It's non-trivial that there was the cat connection button. Oh, there's one here too. Airs. Okay. The terminals on both sides of the door are linked. Diagnostic options there or there. Still no errors on that one at all. Didn't see any numbers we needed. Things we can interact with. Aren't any other doors? Let's check our buttons to make sure we're not missing anything really obvious. Not off to the best start, game. I mean, atmosphere I like. It's got a good vibe so far. No, fine. I see a battery there, so we can see the locking mechanisms. It was worth a try. We were able to crawl under. So we've already had part of our movement functionality demonstrated. Usually this kind of curtain, the way it's laid out would be for if, because right here it's laid out to be used across the front, which is odd because it's a projection screen and windows with obvious shutters. So if you needed to conceal the projection screen, you can just turn it off or collapse it. If you need the windows to be closed, you can just do that. Normally that kind of curtain is a room partition, but that doesn't seem to be a thing here. How long it'll take me and how stupid I'll feel when I encounter the solution. would we know which key code to use? Again, we know our employee ID isn't. So I can verify again, so we have a bunch of like dead terminals around that prevent us from opening those doors. We know back this way, one of the like demo reel monitors lit up here. And we have nothing at the end of the hallway, aside from the trigger that makes those lights turn on to try to jump scare you. We cannot call for assistance, it would seem. I think here. Information, wait for your ID to be presented. Yeah, we did that. We don't. Oh, wait. No, no. It's just the. You need to have your ID and the pressure suit and whatnot ready. Identification. Okay. The Gauss button didn't do anything there. Is there like a pathway over here somewhere? Obviously, loose panel. Like a floor panel, but. Because it's laying on top of the kind of panel we see elsewhere. Normally, in the places you get these kind of curtains, it really is that you will have like a very large meeting space, and the curtains, or sometimes there are like folding partitions of this kind, like essentially pseudo walls that can expand or contract to allow you to have larger or just subdivided spaces. Boosters. Maintenance mod can disable type 05s. Kai is in 04B. Am puzzled. And not in the, oh, neat, a puzzle way. Or in the, there's clearly something that that is supposed to be considered obvious that is not acting obvious to me. The presence of this panel here implies that there is a panel removed from something. Error codes. Double check to be sure that we hadn't. Okay. And hurts my eyes a bit. We're anybody else do this where they're like, make sure the leftmost image is not visible at all or only barely visible, and you look at that and say, no, it's going to be more visible than that. So I want my eyes to continue working. My vision doesn't need any help decaying. Anything there? A lot of like gift bags. Which pad? As we can. Like some of the things I could assume like, oh, you might be able to use ultraviolet on it to see the other, like a different angle. We know this is just telling us who our point of contact is. This is also how we got our ID badge. A lot of inactive terminals. Yeah, there's something about the lighting in this game. Ow. Ah. Managing your expectations. Like they've got a pretty good rendition of, dark spaces near bright spaces, but I think because of that simulation, my eyes are trying to adjust at the same time and running into conflicts. Magazines and periodicals, objects we can't interact with. Oh, wait. Mega Ultra Robot Attack. Birthday, people have arrived. We enjoyed Union Plaza. Worth a try. You can get an indication of the thickness of some of the glass by like that thing there. There is some sort of like graphical effect, but I think it is what I'm talking about here is this is not thin glass. We can see multiple potential like attach points for other layers. And it would have to be. You get a lot of fiction talking about like, oh, moon colonies and whatnot, but the defenses to deal with radiation, let alone, tiny rocks, would have to be substantial. And that's assuming you have a good enough maintenance system to account for everything. Spended gloves. It's like there's got to be something in here then. Snipe 112 laid 14 LDE 140 catch 142. Interesting. What's that supposed to be? Pew pew. The documents again. That's interesting. The right angle, the document is transparent. Well, translucent. Can display tasks. Save some important video features and documents. Me, that implies that the PDA aspect needs to be activated somehow. It's our wireless, that's the degauss, that's the, yeah. Be thorough. Wireless access on those. Wait. Is very strange. It's very strange. It just screams that there should be. Yeah. So this says you should be able to connect to a thing. The fact that they're calling that out specifically and none of the other functions imply that's what we need to be doing. Gouging doesn't do it. This is very much a meant to be maintainable. Like those are thumb screws there. Transport. Use the terminal to operate. Latches I can mess with. I don't. Yes, please, Tass. I I don't know what they're asking me to do at the start here. Like, I really hope this is one of those, oh, of course, kind of realizations, you know? There we go. Run the diagnostic. The database menu. One other door we can try to do that too. Add. Seems formative. Right, let's go back there again. Is it that one? Because we can use this one too, I think. No, no. That one. And none of these have a connector. There is no icon to tell you to do that at all. Like it doesn't have that logo there. Is it assuming that you would press the button when you're next to it? Because, neat and all, but opaque as hell. Software engineer assistance request. Yep, I saw it. Just wondering where we were supposed to make the leap to do this. Battery power. Locate the battery. Okay, here's where I screwed up. Let's get you connected. Inspect it and press it now. You have to be close enough to do this, and actually read it. Okay, there is my and now I feel stupid moment. We spent an inordinate amount of time having missed that paragraph. Correct. We are in, well, that's my own stupid fault territory. Chess tapes. Lots of VHS tapes. Oh wow. That's like a 5-inch floppy drive. Advanced. Though I mean, I can't see a hinge there. No, that's a 5-inch floppy drive. Come on. I mean, it could be. I can't quite tell if there's flaps that would allow it to be VHS tape, because it would make sense that it's a VHS tape. But actually, no, that's a floppy. Like, it has a 3.5 floppy on the icon, but the size of it would be a 5. Yeah, these are the VCR ones. Gateway, departures and arrivals. Click. This has a lot of the vibe of like Alien and in similar settings where you have that sort of the technology at the time the movie was made and some projection forward, but with a very practical feel to it. So we're not talking like Star Trek where they already had like touch screens and whatnot that they were dealing with. It was there are flip switches and blinking lights and whatnot everywhere. Very chunky practical tech. Tram station. Arrivals. Everything canceled. UK. Okay, so we have UK, the International Space Station, US, Russia, I presume Sweden. All canceled. Cycle bins for batteries. Well, we're here to. Oh, well, see, that's great. Automated security network. Okay, well, that's what we're here to debug. Such an ominous hallway they have this stuff in. There's our little robot helper, I believe. We have cassette player. Well, that's classic. You are a power screwdriver. Scan ID. Scan invalid. One more try. Okay. Device detected. IC label Cooper. Drive assigned B. Run ASN entry override. Executing override. Awaiting input. Send access code ID check. Okay. Not gonna wait. 346. Not shocking. That's right, Taz. We have designed this place for maximum, horror movie optimization. Okay, can I PDA you? No. So we need the access code, and then we need to do an ID check. So we'll look around first, but like that place is very prominently located. I feel like we're supposed to do something with that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's check the hallway of way too dark to see anything. I do need to adjust some of the lighting in the room here. Way for us to get to the tram. Wait, here we go. I've been reading this. I forced the shutters down. I had to. Use the cat's maintenance module to override the fuse box. Just point and pull the trigger. Okay, I feel like they have a very generous name for. They're calling that override. I don't feel like that's an override. That's some gibberish you've got there, bomb guy. Static over there. Abyssal darkness over here. We're down one charge. Like, these are supposed to be expended. I wanted to see if there was some mechanism for if you get to this, you can recharge, you know? So far, no. Wireless access point. Seal fresh. Peach and lime. Insert monies. Yeah, Farrell, yeah, the train stations, trams, those kind of things late at night are a lot more intimidating. Beep boop. Assistance. ASN code in progress. Okay, yeah, these are my tasks. Find a key or figure out another way to get a code. Need to get an ID. And we have obtained the elevator code. Okay, giant flickering wall screen can be accessed wirelessly. This is the second time we've done this. Seems to be a thing. Let's take the tram. Man. Priority seating. That doesn't look like seating. Like, at all. And I don't, like, is that like a... No, that's just embedded there. Is there normally like a chair clipped to it in some way? I don't know. But hello, in any event, Peril. Hello and welcome. We are struggling with the start of routine. The mall. There's an electronics store where we can apparently get like upgrades and whatnot for our doodad. Can we do that yet? Good question. Weird voice said something like trap. Beep boop. Reception. No, all of the kitties vacated that area. Aren't you adorable? That's kind of adorable. Battery pack there. Push for assistance. Eight, 3, 4, 6. Boop. It seemed kind of upset to have to tell me twice. Business. You're here for the cat module security meeting. Please make your way to the conference room M01 in the mall. Unable to call elevator, it said. Okay. Hey, tiny robot. It's so cute. Yeah. Little ASCII art face. That's kind of harsh. Not inaccurate, but harsh. It's the awkward little scuttle because of the way it's built. Ah, old synth voice. Ominous. I'm getting real Dead Space vibes based on what I can tell. There are going to be fewer horrible zombies. A save point. Ever been in a steam tunnel? You know, where all of the various tubes and pipes for a building end up being? I've only encountered one, but it was a strange. It was one of those strangely claustrophobic and practical looking spaces. Like it had a definite purpose. Oh, that's great. Boop. Yeah. Part of the the dev documentation on the store page talked about using that as this thing as a weapon is a last resort. One would presume that there is some sort of button. We're at the checkout. Got battery packs. Came in through the crawl space. Tie down straps. Brochures and such. No. Press the manual release. Sure, I'll just. Oh, okay. Never mind. We have battery packs there. Scan, pack, and pay. Can't interact with anything there. Wait, here we go. No entry. some sort of emergency lockdown mode. Yeah, the tool really just seems to be like a EMP, you know? Okay, we have a source of light around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There you are. Oh, look at you. Is it intending me to flee the thing? Okay. You're very mean. Okay, a direct hit disables it. Well, I don't know if it can actually hurt us or if it just kind of yeets us around a bit, but man, this place is 80sing very hard. To the Megazone Arcade. One of the post-it notes was try to beat my Minotaur high score. Bit of that vibe, Pearl. Oh, odd. One, one, one. Cute. I don't know if this does anything. Left up. I don't. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not going to get this one. So there we go. Cute. Mad hog. Capsized. Gun show. Nipply. This is. I'm going to say this is very Japanese. I remember there was a shoot 'em up game that had this kind of thing to it. Just big muscly guys flying through the air, firing bullets everywhere. I can't remember what it was called, but it was amongst those. This is a thing that exists kind of shooters. Door cables go this way. It had that feel, didn't it, Peril? Let's go. There we go. Battery. Well, look at you. It's an itty bitty version. Their store page indicated that at some point they had like a plush of that. UltraView module. Pros, popular module. Uh, best performing store last quarter. O'Neill's. That's where the module is supposed to be. It acts as a torch. Cons, potential security risk. Something prints. Extra cost per deep clean. Surface stains. Presume the Terminators are Type 5s. Ominously phrased. That is a can of, I think it was like peach flavor Seal Fresh. Okay, quick break. Be right back, folks. And we're back. UltraView module security meeting. Discuss the potential risk that the Cat UltraView module causes the security in Union Plaza. Discuss the already identified issue of viewing fingerprints on terminal screens. Resort guests have submitted complaints of kids pointing the cat at them and laughing. The general noise complaint of the moon lobby right outside of O'Neill's Electronics. And a general noise complaint. General discussion of pros and cons. Get an UltraView module from O'Neill's Electronics to test the capabilities of viewing terminals in different scenarios. So this is the location. This was the meeting room we were aiming for here. Charge is good. John Cooper's office. It was a pretty big quake. Did you get the perimeter check alert? Get CCTV maintenance. Get right on notes. Hey Todd, I'm not doing too well at the minute. Can you cover my shift? Okay. Ever since I got back from the perimeter check, I've been having some nasty headaches and blurry vision. How long were you out there on the perimeter check? For now, try limiting your screen time when you can. Use aspirin as needed for your headaches and eye drops to see if it helps the blurriness. I'm not sure how long I was out there, Lee. Memory is kind of shot. Can't sleep well and woke up twice outside my room. Feels like I'm in a fog. My vision is still funny and I feel like I'm seeing things. Your symptoms are worrisome, Coop. You need to stay in your room and rest. As you've noticed, the ASN has erroneously initiated lockdown protocol. I think the most recent lunar quake might have triggered some sort of automatic response. Some doors are still working like usual, but others need temporary key codes that will circumvent the security status. I'll give them to you as needed. All Type 5 units seem to be powered down at the moment. If you require their assistance for any of your tasks, please make alternate arrangements for the time being. System reset isn't possible due to life support requirements, so I'm working on things piecemeal. So for drinks later, sequencing seems to be wonky here. I need to do a perimeter check. This is him doing the initial indication. So we have lunar earthquake, then doing a perimeter check. The ASN system initiates a lockdown. His headache is worsening. And he needs somebody to cover for him eventually. Body bags. It is very grainy. I can't even really clearly see it, but the implication being that is a body bag. Sure. Though the way they presented it, it looked like the robot was standing over one, not that, it had caused one to be generated. The way he is approaching, though, maybe he only started recording after he saw that being done, but, here we are. The kitties are evading camera today. Boop. Boop, I say. Errors found, E03 and SO2. Network connection failed and establish network connection. Okay, when I opened the playground door, the robot vanished. See the door slowly closing. Door slowly opening. Okay, network connection is in some way wonky. So we must attempt fix. Hello again, Sammy. Are you going to be a nuisance? Yeah. Sammy needs attention. Well, make your decision. Do you want to sit that way or this way? All right, so I'm guessing that is the lime flavor of fresh seal. Down there. Yep, there's peach. That doesn't look like peach. We haven't seen a machine that will do the red. That one's lemon. The company has a cute mascot for the cans, at least. Sammy, 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 dear. Yeah. Sammy has taken to want to drape across across forearm to elbow, as far as orientation, and that greatly restricts keyboard use. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's so, huh? Get intensive ear scratches. That's what you get. Delay by cat. Read it. Let's check the cameras then. Guy on the side, Mason and Sherbet, MIA. Trying to get the cat fountain not to leak. That one's been doing okay, but it's not that they're like defects. Like I think it's supposed to be that way, but I feel like they're design flaws. It's very prone to leaking small amounts of water over the edge constantly, and it builds up. In its default configuration, it causes the water to pool around and to seep under it, which is a kind of a cleanliness problem since you would have to move the base unit, and part of its design is to not have to move the base unit. And while one of the pieces, the little fountain nozzle, is supposed to not really be required, it is, because if it's not there, it will splash over the back of it onto the base unit and make the former problem worse. Well, we opened a playground gate, so maybe there's a pathway for us. Everything must go. No signal. Oh, hi, bud. That doesn't seem good. Yep, yep, yep. That's bad. Not good. Okay, they take multiple hits to disable. Gonna make sure to. Oh well, I should probably, as is tradition, I have, I have left the cat cam on, but kitties. We got nabbed by a thing, and instead of chucking us, it seems to have put a hand through our head and bopped us back to a save point. Flower drawings. Error codes. We need the network connection now. So that's EO3 and SO2. So the mall exit can't be opened, but we could go to the playground and we can open that door. Looks like it's at least 2, if not 3 hits, and the things do try to dodge if you're aiming at them. Okay. That ticking sound. As it's trying to scan for us. I see toys. Presumably our playground here. Oh, I don't know what what was saying it, but something I cannot feel my legs. Sort of. Oh, there. O'Neill's Electronics. Okay. UltraView demo. Enable it, then press and hold the trigger to see the message. Congratulations. 10% off. All right, now we have something that's like a UV light. Stereo cassette recorder. Very blocky boombox. Oh, good, a save point. Might help me uncover things, okay? So one of the concerns about it was being able to read fingerprints on stuff. So you may have noticed the ASN has erroneously initiated lockdown protocol. I think the most recent lunar quake might have triggered some sort of automatic response. Some doors are still working, but others need temporary key codes. Yeah, so this is something that Cooper's email had too. Movie night. I rented a classic from Galaxy Video for tonight, The Hatching. I'm bringing drinks. Who's got the snacks? And Todd Lancer. I'll bring snacks. I don't know if John's going to make it, but I'll see the rest of you there. This is like Todd's email. Operational Type 5 unit. Hi, Key. I saw on the CCTV feed that one of the Type 5s here in the mall is functioning again. All the other units are still powered down, though. I think you're right. Only one seems to be able to function at a time. Is this related to the security network? Todd to Samuel. Hey, Doc. Hope all's well. I've had some nagging headaches for the past week. Might be coming down with what John has. John Cooper was the guy that talked about increasingly bad headaches in the office where they were meeting about this scanner module. Anything stronger than aspirin? Hi, Todd. When was the last time you had contact with John? I'd like to run some tests. I'll come by soon. Because they're aspirin is just another brand of acetaminophen, isn't it? Is ibuprofen the chemical name or a brand name? No, Advil's a brand name. Because if they're complaining of headaches, it'd be weird for them to prescribe aspirin. Isn't it? Or would you do anti-inflammatories for a headache? I don't recall. Because I thought acetaminophen was an anti-inflammatory and ibuprofen was a low strength painkiller. Emergency alert. The message did not send due to disconnected comms. Try to send again. Type 5 unit out of control. Unable to trigger alarms or access voice comms. Stay inside your rooms. Okay, what if I do... Okay, are they the sort of person that left stuff around? Okay, well, in any event, we It helps with headaches. Typically, anything that helps increase blood flow. Okay. Because I know they're both very different things, and often people think they're interchangeable. Like they think of them as just, two competing brands of the same thing, but they're different compounds. Wonder why that's not working. Let me double check. Yeah, that's why. Think that'll work now. There we go. Okay. Part of my chat aggregator wasn't working, so I wasn't noticing your replies as quickly as I was hoping. Yeah, we did. It just needed to get a token refreshed. Well, that was rude. Door's locked. Need the keypad. Okay, is there anything in here? Might indicate what the code is to unlock the door. So we didn't have anything in his messages that indicated. So there's something in here for us to find out what that passcode is. And by in here, I mean, the whole office. It's a weird effect. Like, it's definitely not just a UV light that it's got. There's some weird mirroring that goes on. Boxes, batteries. No. There might just be something obvious like cables, but I didn't see anything for that. This was the demo thing. We should be Oh, okay. I was doing it wrong. So maybe... Okay, so then maybe the other way around. Bigger to smaller. Okay, well, we've got that doodad now, which can let us identify codes to use. Machinery is sounding a bit tortured. Just look around each part here. Things are very ominous. No entry. Okay, then. Sorted to the left. There's something wonky on the. Huh. Freaky. Oh, okay. Arcade boxes set aside. Okay. Such sounds this place makes. So, in general, what the game wants you to do is run away from those robots. Very basic stealth. They're not the smartest things. Could see one of them jolted. Only one of them can be active at once, apparently. Exit shutters. They keep shorting. Give it a restart here and open it via the security office at the back of Megazone. Like, so I'm just supposed to zap it. Maybe... Nope. Uh, I'm going to presume that did it. Save point. Oh, hi there. Do. Here. Well, don't throw up in your helmet. You're going to have a bad time. Okay, well, exit door is working now. Oh, seems like it didn't like that. Oh, it didn't like that at all. We have GLaDOS has noticed us. Well, that got me. Still over there. Okay. It went quiet. It switched to a different body. Yeah. At least some of the little lore notes seem to indicate it only one of those robots can be controlled at a time. Seriously. If you can evade them far enough, it seems to give up on that body and look somewhere else. Wow. Those T5s are kind of intimidating, at least. Chapter 2, Incision. That's not a great word. Oh no, he all messed up. It's disconcerting the amount of red splashed near where the little robot has been knocked over and had its cables yanked. Yeah, the back left leg was ripped free over here. Well, this tells us our stompy friends are likely nearby. And we want to go here to see if we can get the code for the ASN, I thought. We're getting the headaches again. Well, that seems bad. Okay. There's a definite feel of something otherworldly happening. I'm people developing headaches. Some guys saying, "What was that sprouting from it?" Right? We woke up in the tram. Let's go to the living quarters. We need to meet up with Key in order to get the identification needed, and then we also need the access code. It's like 04B or something like that. Welcome to the living quarters. Please watch your step before leaving the tram. Place is in real bad shape. Can't tell what flavor that one is. Okay. We got orange. That seems pretty obvious. We can only tell that the blue. Oh, wait. No. Blue is berry flavored and apparently sugar free. Never really had a problem with sugar free soda. Like, I like the whole 0 calorie stuff better than diet soda. The flavor seems better to me. Managing your expectations. Visit Zone A1 and speak with your designated obstetrician. Muscle atrophy. The facts. Faulty terminal. Use cat diagnostics if you cannot open the door. Zero 02 EO2SO1. Application load failure, system reboot required. Apparently, with some of them, the 0 calorie ones, the sweetener like doesn't digest, like it doesn't enter our systems. It doesn't enter the bloodstream at all. It just kind of goes through. Living quarters. Now they're not actually 0 calorie, to my understanding. They're just it's such a ridiculously low number that it is one of those. It might as well be. Check in and payments. Log in. Before proceeding, please take a moment to view a message from our valued partners whose support helps enhance your stay with world-class amenities and exclusive rewards. Now step inside and enjoy the refined comfort of the living quarters, designed for your relaxation and luxury. So, hey, insert your credit payments, instructions with a discussion of how awesome we are, and the terminal splashed with blood. 8346. So cheesy. Dramatic lunar landing. This is the some of the stores had the little toys of those IC robots. Please enjoy your evening. Whoop. Oh. Oop. Nope, 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 nope. We'll need to figure out which room they're in. Frank Headlands. You've noticed the ASN. Yep, yep. Laundry receipts from last quarter. Will 1B. You really need to hit and move. You can't just chain hit them. Man, I want whatever they used on that one. That's right, Sammy. Hey there. Contact Jackie. Oh. Fresh seal. Peach and lime flavor. The blue ones sell natural and carbonated. This is the sparkling water ones. Not a fan of sparkling water. Or C. 13C. Crap. Rude. We really need that engineer, Frank. I don't care about the budget forecast. Things are getting wild out here with all these ASN issues. Tell the engineer to visit this door terminal when they get a chance. I don't have my cat on me at the moment, or I would just overload the thing real quick. Going for lunch. I'll be back. Okay, it is snapshot and get distance. Snapshot, get distance. Just so. Hello there. You know, if you've got a built-in headlamp, I'd appreciate if you use it more frequently. Though given the batteries that the guns run on seem to burn themselves out in 3 discharges, I'd actually be kind of concerned of the lifespan of this lamp. Hey Rob, left a surprise for you in reception, your future wife. Oh, neat. Okay, we have a little heart here. Zero 0879. Yeah, we need 04B. So was it 0879? Okay, we're in Zapper mode. Following areas have been locked. The laundrette, please notify a member of staff at reception. Where was reception? Here we go. Hello there. Okay. Right, that's what the guy was talking about before. He had the video recorded. There's going to be some way for us to... Oh, here we go. Our protocol lifted. Now we have to figure out where the laundrette was. Kind of looping back in a circle here, but that's fine. A bunch of washing machines doesn't tell me a whole lot about where we need to be. I mean, at least they have put the bad wallpaper down here. John leaves for perimeter check, lunar quake perimeter check, lockdown, access restricted to terminals. Assist new engineer and arrivals. Sent John to gain access to the ASN. Need to shut it down. Is it controlling the Type 5s? Neither John nor his IC reported back. Review John's data and help engineer enter the ASN. John's sickness is spreading. Hey, Key, found your ID. It's above your terminal. We need the code, and then we need to get in. We might get to see what he encountered here. Adjusting spine. Well, that seems bad. Okay, so we have the possibility that the thing was going rogue before the quake. Big quake, lockdown mode, engineer. Doing more research into why these random pre-lockdown modes keep running. The ASN logs from right before the lockdown sequences don't show anything out of the ordinary. The only thing I noticed was the ASN logged repeated playbacks of a video file. It's in the restricted server, so I'm in the middle of trying to transfer to my terminal now. I'll run another full system scan and let you know if the status changes. I'm sure everything will be fine before the start of the next season, but we need to talk about reallocating the budget to get an engineer up here to help us out. Thanks for the update. To confirm, are the only issues the access point doors, and that we're down to only one active Type 5 at a time. I really need to keep enough of the transit budget for the all-inclusive package participants, but I guess there is a little extra room to allocate to the software engineer's transportation. I hope they're okay hitching a ride with the next autopiloted cargo shipment. So this is a... It's not just that there's a residential area, it has the vibe this is a resort, you know? Like a vacation destination. Run another full system scan and let you know if the status changes. Yeah, there you go. Also, apologies for not making it to the UltraView security meeting. I can't believe I just completely forgot about it. Close lock your doorways, the video transfer. Perimeter check, yeah. So we had the quake and then the perimeter check. And in the perimeter check, he finds a body with vegetation growing out of it on the lunar surface. Okay, so we got the ID. We still need the code. So something about Hugo as well was in like the exclamations towards the end. Okay, I need the ultra view to get to the. I can use it on the keypad. Okay, so now we need to get back to the main terminal area. They're in zappy mode, full ammo. Hi. Yeah, that one is positioned so that it can wake up and grab you immediately. Hit the door there. Help me there. Okay, and we know coming out of here on the left, there's another one. Yep. It has been freshly zapped. Sorry if I'm a bit locked in. It's not a high action game, but there's when you need to move, you know? To the gateway where the ASN is. So, additionally, why did he start getting sick when the guy went outside? Um, we have like a blackout period. There's something that was going wrong. Now, it could be. I'm wondering if we're going to have like a reversal here. Is that it's doing the lockdown because that sickness is spreading and it's trying to get the people that are infected out of the base. You know. Because like he found a body bag and later they saw the thing putting them in body bags. One route would be that it has been killing people and hiding it, but we could also have it's trying to remove the infected, you know? Scan ID. Oh, validating. Hello, lines. No, not John. I don't know how far along we are in how far we are in this, John, but we're playing routine. These little guys are cute. Ooh, the ASN. They have a very like scratchy synthesizer voice, but they also sound very cool. Well, very cute and very cool. Well, there's another ex-living person. These were the flowers from one of the offices. I think this is John Cooper here. We effectively have something mysterious and dangerous happening on a lunar resort. Hmm. I don't. Well, is very quiet, yes. What this? Is their security core thing? Infected, protect, helping, life. Yeah, yeah. There's something going on here as far as whatever he found was signs of some sort of infection. Now, what's actually going on? Good question. Not that far along yet. It's got a real boss fight arena look to it, doesn't it? A lot of battery deposit spots here, but very interesting, but all right, let's go back over to that terminal and see, is there anything we can poke? Yeah, okay. Logs. Terminal services seismometer, moderate lunar quake protocol initiated. John Cooper from his user device, lunar quake perimeter check report and video submitted. Reviewed and saved in confidential storage. Now, this is the person saying that its logs indicated that it kept reviewing a particular video file afterwards. And I think this is an indication that it's reacting to what it saw. But where does the body bag come from in this case? Yeah. It's constantly reviewing that video that we saw where he finds what he believes is a body bag with like roots growing out of it in a lunar fissure. And like blacks out or something like that. Contaminant detected unknown. Yep. Initiate containment and resource conservation protocol. Yeah, that's affected, death, helping, life, stop, please, protect, helping, life. Turn it off and on again. Diagnostics. Okay, no errors, so shut down. Do not initiate shutdown without an ASN technician present. Proceed only in an emergency. I kind of feel like it's an emergency. Killer security robots. Continue to the next terminal. Yeah, boss arena. This one? Was it, I don't like the look of this fight chamber. Shutdown is in progress. Ensure the node configuration is correct. Set to continue the shutdown process. Make sure these are lowered. A2, A16, A6. All others must remain raised. A2, A16, A6, right? Yeah. Good old seizure mode. Man, sounds like we're stabbing it almost, you know? Yeah, that's really organic looking. How to engage the final step of the ASN shutdown sequence. This is for emergency protocols only. Indeed. To expose the core, you must operate both manual release switches. Once the core is exposed, use relevant hardware, CAT maintenance module, to overload and shut down the ASN. Surely irrelevant, Heinz. And that one. Oh, yeah, yeah. That. Well. Zippity zap. Yeah, there was, that it was in something, like it ruptured out of something when the core was raised. Well, we're definitely sane right now. Okay, well, there's the opening. We have some wet stuff and some cables protruding, and now we have this twitchy thing here. A fish. A fish. Spine. Oh, the spine. There we go. There we go. Well, the circles with ominous dialogue have been getting bigger and now have begun to overlap, so... No? Oh, yeah, the crazy is progressing. Returning from a canal. Breathe. Listen, feel, relax. Oh, is it, what was the original Heidelin chant? Continued commitment to personal upkeep, colleague well-being, and your assigned duties. Yes, feel, hear, think. Yeah, initially I wondered why they had the subtitles whenever they were showing text on the screen, and that screen is an indication of why. Oh man. Wallpaper's all peely. Yeah, this whole place is like 70s to 80s office building in a lot of its stuff. Chapter 4, Adrift. The location becomes increasingly ominous. What's over here? Go left. Okay. Archive inactive. Archive security required. Servers inactive. Archive reboot. Okay. So, get this save point going here. Okay, though. I think that's going to do for tonight. Yeah, we got to finish this one. Which means the current plans for the week are going to be Endocopia and this. I may still try to plan 2 more things and get them out there in advance, but probably tomorrow Endocopia and then Wednesday more of routine. Tentatively. We'll see though. Good times. Bumpy start. We missed the critical paragraph that told us that looking at a projection screen, we can use wireless to connect to it. That was annoying, but after that, everything was pretty smooth. It's a very linear game, but it's still interesting. It's close to, but it's not yet cabinet stealth. the things chasing you are, at least up till this point, kind of stupid and limited. So it's much more pay attention and don't get yourself cornered, as opposed to, you have to outwit them. So you have to break line of sight or shoot them twice. Ideally not shooting them, because there's very, very, very limited ammo in the game. And it is clearly called out that that's not how you're supposed to deal with the things. Just evade them. Unless you have to. So, yeah, I think this is enjoyable. We've got some real unreliable narrator, both in the sense of our POV character already showing signs of something that's influencing them and seeming to mess with their head, as well as the uncertainty of what's actually going on. We see that their security core detected some sort of infection and became fixated on whatever was in that video. But the apparently inciting incident of the lunar quake in that video still don't explain why there was a body bag out there at all. Like, how did the body bag get there, and how could that be the source of the infection? That is still unanswered. What this whole returning from a canal and reintegrating is also unclear, so there's still plenty to go. It's interesting so far. But yeah. Hope everybody had fun watching with us tonight. If you like what you saw and would like to see more, remember to like, follow, subscribe, comment. All of that stuff helps the channel, so I'd appreciate it if you hit those buttons. But with that, I hope the rest of your day is good, and I'll see you next time.